Welcome everybody, Brandon Vickery with you from Valpo Sports Information. Glad to be joined by Valpo junior Grace Hales after a lopsided win over Evansville today at the Athletics Recreation Center. And Grace, let's start with you personally. Kind of a rough game on Friday night, and you were able to bounce back in a big way with one of your better games today. How did you not let maybe a tough shooting night get you down and bounce back today?
Yeah, I mean, now that I'm older and upperclassman, I know that I just need to be able to bounce back and have confidence. I mean, the coaches after the game told me, obviously I didn't play my best game, but they told me they still have confidence in me. And just because I had a bad game the night before, I can't stop shooting, and that won't benefit my team if I just stop shooting because I'm not doing well. So I'm glad I was able to bounce back.
You going 8 of 9 kind of exemplified the team as a whole. The shots were going in today, a great ball movement across the board. Just what did you see from your teammates, and what was it like to be a part of a day where everybody seemed to play well?
I mean, making your shots definitely impacts the entire game because when you're making shots, you play better defense. So, I mean, I feel like that was a big part of it. If we weren't making shots, we probably wouldn't have played as great of defense. So I'm glad it was all clicking and we were able to work on both ends of the floor.
It was not only the first win in conference play, but to do it in convincing fashion with the team playing well, and to kind of see the rewards of the work that's been put in as we've seen the progress against Drake and against Indiana State. What's it do for the morale of this team to break through and get that win?
Oh, it's definitely going to boost our confidence. I mean, after the game in the locker room, we're all just really excited. We ran out there and rang the victory bell with Mary, and I mean, it's great. We've been putting in so much work, and it was hard to see such a close game slip away from us the other day. So we're really happy to see our work pay off, and not just for us, but for Mary too, because she's a great coach.
Valpo looked to make it back-to-back wins on Friday night, beginning a trip at Southern Illinois and then Sunday at Missouri State. Now glad to be joined by the head coach of Valpo, Mary Evans, after a victory this afternoon against Evansville. And not only, Coach, was it your first win in conference play, but you did so convincingly and played well up and down the roster. And I think after you had started to show progress in the last 2 games, kind of saw the reward for your work today. What was that like?
It was great. I couldn't be happier for this group of young women. They work hard every single day. I mean, they do anything I ask them. They come in, they put in extra work, and I'm just excited they finally got the reward that they deserve for how much effort and hard work they put into this.
We've talked about balance. Today, 10 players scored, numerous players with key contributions. What was it like to see your whole team, in terms of everybody that's healthy, contributing today?
It was great. I mean, everyone played well across the board. Our typical players were out there doing well. I mean, they were scoring, they were sharing the basketball, they were playing defense. We finally out-rebounded somebody, and then some kids that don't always get an opportunity to play came in. And not only did they score, but I thought, Casey's effort on the offensive rebounding was just awesome. You know what I mean? Every single time we shot, she was flying in there, and that's just a tremendous quality for someone to have.
How do you take this effort today and build upon it going forward? What does this do for the team in terms of maybe turning around some of that momentum this season? I
mean, anytime you win, you have a good feeling, and it's a lot easier. We'll break down the tape. There's things that we did right. There's things that we did wrong, and we'll talk about it. And we'll come in on Tuesday, and we'll try to get better going into Southern Illinois. And I think anytime you find success, your confidence grows, and they saw things work, and they saw a team that played. They started playing us one way defensively. They switched to another way defensively, and they were able to make in-game adjustments. I thought defensively they did a great job locking into the scouting report. And that was probably our best defensive effort of the year. So there's a lot to build on, but this is still very early in the season, and we've got to come in on Tuesday ready to put work in and get ourselves prepped to go make a pretty tough trip down to Southern Illinois and over to Missouri State.
It was a good 4 quarters, but a great third quarter, and turning around maybe the fortunes of the third quarter in previous games. Maybe what did you say at halftime, or what did you see coming out to start the second half?
Just continued what I've been doing, and that is challenging to play Valparaiso basketball for 40 minutes. And I think we learned on Friday night that every possession matters. It doesn't matter whether it's a possession in the first quarter or the second quarter or the third quarter. Those possessions could cost you something at the end of a game. And so I challenged them to play every single possession and make every single possession count and focus on doing your best to get stops and doing your best to get scores. And I think they really bought into that tonight, and they did that, and that's how good teams win.
There she is, the head coach, Mary Evans. We'll have the games for you next weekend on the radio as well as the Valley on ESPN as Valpo heads to Southern Illinois and Missouri State. Until then, for all the latest in Valpo women's basketball, check out valpoathletics.com.